presenters today. I just want to thank everyone very much for all your focus and patience in being so engaged and having so many amazing insights into supporting the women in our community that are most at risk. Thank you. We're just going to Gabe's PowerPoint. Happy 2 seconds.
Hi everybody, my name is Kath Webster and I'm one of the community reps for the STOP project and I'm starving.
That's good news.
I'm sure hundreds of you are also always talk about food and the program. That's going to materialize soon, hopefully. And in the spirit of getting fed, Margaret Tolson and I, Margaret is sitting over there, we decided to forego our presentation just to help get us to the food.
We'll have to do this again.
But we already got the information
we're
anyway.
going to talk about community engagement process, which basically means bringing the community voice to the STOP project. And but that you can read our reports on the Vancouver Postal Health website that Coco will put up there, VCH.ca.
On the bottom?
Yes. And we spoke to over 500 people in the last couple of years, and we do have this handout over at the table there that outlines all the groups we spoke to, and we broke them down into male and female, and we did have some women-only groups. And so you can read that on the website and pick up the handout if you want. And I think it's really, really important. I really want to honor Gabe and the work she does, and the peer navigation. As an HIV positive person myself, it's very near and dear to my heart. It's been very successful, both what Sassy has been doing, also in other groups too. And, but I'm very excited that Gabe is going to tell you more about peer navigation.
All right.
It's really good that we can all be together here, like as a community, and talk openly about things that are taking place and things that are happening and not happening, and maybe could be happening. For myself, I'm just going to open up with our goals for this program. I'm a peer navigator for Positive Living Society. I've been working with the STOP team for 1 year. I started off doing events in the downtown east side and being an educator. And one of the things is that I started out with the peer navigator, like being a peer navigator, and what that kind of looks like is to provide the emotional support, prevent HIV transmission, prevent disease progression, promote the importance of care, treatment, and support, increase the number of HIV positive people accessing support, and shorten the time between point of care diagnosis and uptake and community supports. And I'm finding that in the last 10 months, this has really taken off and really starting to show itself like on the stats. Because people getting tested and like newly diagnosed or getting into the healthcare system, the amount of like weeks, where it used to take years for people to, and women to get into any of the services related to it, having a positive diagnosis. One of the things that I do is I work directly with the STOP team, and the STOP team, one of the nurses calls or says, we got a newly diagnosed woman here, and maybe she'd like me to hear it. And I think that that's really a critical piece of the work that I do. I've been positive for 18 years, and I personally used almost every service in the downtown east side, and I'm really proud of that. I mean, through my own experience of the services that are down there, I got hands-on, on how to navigate this entire system that's down here, and for a lot of people out there, they don't even know the questions to ask. When you get a new diagnosis, it's like it's very overwhelming. Like it's a lot of information all at one time. So you're scared and confused and not knowing. So can I get to the next slide, please? So Okay, so I'm going to jump right into this. Okay, that's fine. I was just going to do the next slide first, but that's okay.
Is that not the next, which is the next one?
Oh, yeah, this one's good. No, that one was good. Perfect. Really mixed up. So one of the things that happened here is there's the navigation skills that we use, because a lot of people have a lot of different questions, or they don't really know the questions to ask. And a lot of women don't know what's all out here, and how to go around the resources and where they are, and who do I ask for the help that it is that I need today. I don't know how to do that. I don't know anything about it. So one of the things is, as a peer navigator, I can suggest, I think what's one of the important things is that you got to be with where the client is too. It's not just up to me. I don't just bring a whole schwack of information. I'm knowledgeable and educated. However, one of the things is it's got to be where the client is. I got the honor and privilege of going into people's houses, into their rooms in downtown Eastside, and I feel really honored about that. And, I can be taking people to medical appointments. There's a lot of companies and stuff like that that I do along the way. There's a lot of barriers that come up with that, trying to get people to see their doctors or go to different appointments. There's addiction involved, there's mental health, there's fitness, and these are just a few things that I deal with on a daily basis. One of the things that I like is that talking to people that are positive, I'm positive too, and to see me live, doing a happy dance. Having a job and taking care of myself,
yes.
You can too. This can work,
right.
And I'm living proof of that today.
Amen.
I think with that, a lot of role modeling and mentorship, on self-management. Hey, how did you do that? Well, the way I did it was, and just because I did it one way doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody that way. I have to be open that everybody's has a journey, and they're going to do it a little bit different. However, I can suggest different kinds of things because I've been in very similar situations. Once I disclose, it makes it easier for people or women to talk about where they're at and what they're actually going through. And I think what I found a lot of the time is, I have conversations not only related to, hey, I'm positive HIV. This goes a little bit deeper than that. And Amy Salmon, up here mentioning there's a lot of emotional stuff that are going on with women, a lot of grief and loss. It is substantial in downtown Eastside, I find. And we start to build these relationships, and women are full of guilt and shame. I've lost my kids. And I want to take care of my health, but I have a lot of emotional stuff going on right now, so that they stay entrenched, in the lifestyle. And I find it's almost heartbreaking for me, and the passion I have. And when people start to trust me and open up and talk about what's going on with them, I think it's a really critical piece. Where do I go for that? Because there's only so much time in a day, So if I'm going to clinical offices, I'm going to my medical care. I'm going there to get different treatment. It's all a medical part. And when I go into support groups, I can share some of the stuff that I got, but to build that one-on-one relationship with a peer that you can trust, that we can start that you can let down some of your guard and really talk about what's going on. And we can work together at getting the support that it is that you need. I think a lot of times I work personally with 6 modules, and they train us on all the modules that we have. And they go with the disclosure, the transmission, prevention, the doctor-patient relationship. It's not the doctor that's in charge here, it's you. And we do a lot of advocacy there. In that department, self-management and progression. Can I go on next slide, please? This is what it looks like outreach navigators. We HIV people in their own space and accompany them through intimidating, interconnected systems, helping them stabilize their lifestyles. One thing is Now, we have stats that we have to fill out, like we work with people that are newly diagnosed or re-engaging, and their viral load has to be up, it has to be undetectable, and from there, we bring back in the medical system, and one of the things I do is accompany people all over the place. And not only, like, we break down the language barriers, like Diane was talking about from Vandy, because people are not sure. There's some intimidation. There's, and one of the big things that I'm finding is that some doctors with women, just like I had this experience yesterday, she was saying, I'm on methadone, I'm a doctor. I got a sore foot and my pain management, but they're not hearing, like, let me just up your methadone, 10 mils, and you get nothing for your pain. This is what I'm starting to hear more and more, like out in our community, is that they're willing to up the methadone for people, but they're not dealing with the pain, right? And because of the stigma of, like, the addiction, there's like so many different things that are happening with that right now, but that's been a big thing for me and what I'm hearing. So again, the medical aspect, if you're in the downtown east side, there's a lot of one-stop shops. Right? A lot of one-stop shops. Like there's like the food, and they have like the social worker, and they've got the counselor, and we've got just the umbrella of a lot of these medical services. Another one's kind of clinic, downtown community health center, liaison. So you can get, like, you can see your social worker, you can see counselor. At IBC at St. Paul's, you see your pharmacist. And going down there, like, I mean, you're working with people and they start to ask questions and they want to know about their medications and stuff like that. So it's important that, like, they know that all the services that are available to them. And sometimes people don't want to go alone. Like, that's what I'm finding too. That if you're there, they'll go with you. But a lot of times they don't want to go all by themselves. I find that people become very isolated here. Like when I go and see them in their places, they don't come out. Like they do, but not to really like go out to the services and be really engaging. What I heard too is that there's a lot of places that are just co-ed, right? Co-ed, and women aren't participating as much in the support groups, I think, as they could, like, or feeling safe to engage, because there's not as much space for them here in the community.